You are optimistic, you're positive, you're excited about chiropractic, reaching people with your practice and building an exceptional life of productivity. You're becoming more prosperous. You're becoming more generous while you are filled with love, fitness, and having a great time. Your purpose is to become smarter, more powerful, capable, driven, and a superior version of yourself by ever increasing your awareness, your knowledge, your understanding, your motivation, your drive, your hands-on skill, your communication skill, and your mastering the art of exceptional living. Really think about what that means. Exceptional living. Exceptional relaxation, exceptional eating, exceptional travel, exceptional rest, exceptional activities from sunup to sundown. Every single podcast, when you train with me, you are naturally attracting more new and high-value patients. You are more capable at motivating and persuading people. You are empowered to make smarter long-term decisions. You are energized physically. You are now energized mentally. You are now energized financially. It's so great. I got 2 main points today. I want to take a quick minute here and talk about referrals. Oh boy. We could take 100 podcasts and talk about referrals. Referrals are the name of the game. In fact, possibly the single more, that's funny. Possibly the single most telling fact, the metric that reveals so much, is how many referrals are you getting? How many people are telling other people to come in and see you and they actually come in? Really think about how amazing that is. How amazing it is to get a referral. In fact, every single thing we do in Winner's Edge land is about getting more referrals. An office that prompts referrals, procedures that prompt referrals, a team that cultivates referrals, a fee structure that allows for referrals, a treatment time that has room for referrals. Referrals are it. When I look at a stat sheet, I look at collections and then boom, I go to new ones and how many referrals. Low referrals says a lot. We want to be increasing referrals. Here's a point I want to make. Who should be sending you the most new patients? Who should be referring the most new patients to you? Of all the referral sources, medical doctors, physical therapists, people at the gym, your CAs, your patients, your family, your friends, local business people that you know, who should be sending you or getting you the most referrals? None of you have it right. Who should be sending in more new patients than you send in yourself? Who should be getting you more new ones than you are out getting yourself? How would you ever expect a patient to send someone to you if you can't get people to come in yourself? You're at the dog park and you get the person standing there to come in and get their spine checked the next day. You're at the bank and you stop and talk to a guy behind the desk who does mortgages and you get him to come in and get checked. You're at a club meeting of some kind and you get somebody to come in and get checked. You're at the gym and you get a personal trainer to get checked, who then gets the girlfriend checked, who then brings their 2-year-old son in to get checked. Who should be bringing in more new patients than you yourself? Isn't that interesting? Look at the arrogance in chiropractic of thinking everybody else should send people to come in and see me. All of them should say, well, how many people have you gotten for yourself? I'll tell you right now, I am a referral generating machine for myself and tons of other people. I got people buying lake homes because of how many referrals I've made to them. I don't need anybody to refer anybody to me because I can go and get them myself. Now, I do like referrals. Of course, I want referrals. I've gotten a zillion referrals, but I've gotten them because I've been able to get people to come in myself. It's pretty hard to get other people to send people to you if you can't stand there somewhere, meet somebody, and get them to come in and get their spine checked. A festival, at a game, standing in line at the grocery store, the person putting out lettuce at the grocery store, the person who packages up your potato salad at the deli at the grocery store. People working in the restaurant, people managing the restaurant, people waiting tables at the restaurant. People are everywhere. I have business cards everywhere. All luggage, all vehicles in the center console have extra business cards. I got business cards everywhere. All I need is a business card and human beings, and I am a patient-getting machine. What's my whole point? If you want more referrals, it starts by you getting them for yourself. Get good at talking people into coming in. That's it. Show me how good a chiropractor is at getting people to come in themselves, and I'll show you how big their practice is going to be. You will notice that. Every big practice you see is backed by a chiropractor that can stand there, meet somebody cold, and within a few minutes, they've got that person coming in to get their spine checked. And I've had to do this at very harsh levels. I might be in another city and talking to a high-level athlete, and I may have 10 minutes from the time we're walking from the restaurant to the car to talk them into letting me be their chiropractor and check their spine, let alone on a local level for a practice. How do you do it? Get good at explaining chiropractic, why people need it, using your hands, okay, as a model spine. Metaphors to use, quick stories to tell, the quick answers to the main questions and concerns they have. You have to have it be where there is no risk. Bill, just stop by after work tomorrow. We'll be there until 6. We'll take a careful look. I'll take some x-rays. I'll let you know what's going on. There's no charge for that. See that? Stop by quick. I'll be there till 6. Just walk in. Let me take a look at it and let's take an x-ray. I'll show it to you and let you know what's going on, and there's no charge. See how the value is, hey, you can come in after work when it's convenient. The value is I will check. It means I'm going to do something valuable for them. Value is I'm going to take an x-ray, which they're going to want to see what's on that x-ray. That's really the big hook. And the value is I'll let them know what my thoughts are. And the big thing is I'm going to do it for nothing because I met you here at the dog park. It's so easy. But many chiropractors are hiding in their office. They're afraid to talk to people, and they're hoping that their Facebook ad brings people in when they can't even get people for themselves. You have to be a patient-getting machine. Okay? There are no birds staying inside the truck driving down the gravel road. You have to get out of the truck and go walk through the brush and rustle up the birds. There are no new patients just sitting in your office waiting. You have to go out and get them, and that's what's fun, and that's what's exciting. Think about what I have to do. Tory the consultant, what do I have? I don't have a bunch of chiropractors around me that are potential clients. I have to do it on a global level, and all you have to do is promote around your practice in places you're already going anyway, like the cleaners or to the cell phone store. Are you going in to get a new pair of tennis shoes at a sporting goods place? You're doing some shopping? I mean, people are everywhere. They're already in front of you all the time. In my world, I never have chiropractors just sitting in front of me. I have to go way beyond. It's a much harder game. I want you to see how easy it is to build a practice because you got people all over the place. You're naturally around them. Tell them about what you do. Tell them to come in and get checked out. Make it fun, make it light, make it absolutely risk-free, but with tons of value. Bill, don't you want to see what that looks like in there? Just stop in really quick after work tomorrow. I'll be there till 6. What time do you get done? 4:30? Well, just stop in about 5. Okay? And then we'll take a careful look. I'll take a picture. I'll show it to you right then. Give you an idea what's going on. If you want to get some care, great. If you just want to see what's going on, that's perfectly fine. No problem. See that? Easy, light, simple, no stress, no risk, no hook. All right? I got to get people, and I got to get them to burn a path to my office. Okay? Because if I can just get them to drive and walk in my office, okay, that's worth it. That's worth money. And the money I'm willing to pay for that is in giving away the free services to get them to do it. Oh, I would never give away that. I want to charge for new patients. Well, you won't have very many new patients. People don't pay to find out what's wrong. So you might as well just let them know what's wrong, quick, easy, fast, for no charge. And as many of you know, and I'll reiterate it here that I want to move on to the next point, my commitment to the community is to give everybody around here a chance to see if chiropractic can help them. So it is no charge for a new patient to come in. But Tory, you say I should have like a $47 offer on my website. I know. You might even have a $97 offer on a website. But we have a very specific procedure for what we have on our promotion, okay, type elements like the website or even mailing or otherwise. We have a certain dollar amount there. Now, what we do when the person comes in, we have a very specific procedure, which is quite awesome, along with all of our other procedures, on what we do with the new patient to get them into a state of reciprocation, to get them to a state of owing. It's incredible how we handle our promotion and marketing, and then what we do with the people when they walk in, so it's fair for everybody. Okay? Of course, many of you listening are winners, as we call them, members of the Winner's Edge group we call winners. If you're not in the Winner's Edge group, I'm telling you, okay? It's not like it's $10,000 a month or it's like 10% of your collections for the rest of your life. People will struggle more on deciding to join than they do on like buying a car. It's hilarious. You just join. It's reasonable money. You get a gob ton in return. It's like every single chiropractor should be in the Winner's Edge group. It's like so obvious. It's almost really, this will sound kind of crazy. It's almost like a basic intelligence test to join Winner's Edge. Are you going to learn everything you don't know about money, but you have to know if you ever want to become wealthy? Yes. Are you going to learn the latest procedures that are going to allow you to see more people in less time and collect more? Yes. Are you going to have way more fun in practice? Yes. Are you going to have way less stress in practice? Yes. Is it going to be easier to hire, train, and maintain a good team? Yes. Are you going to look better? Yes. You're going to feel better? Yes. Are your relationships going to improve? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. You get everything for a reasonable amount. So of course join. I mean, it's like, join now while I am on top of my game. Because I'm telling you, in fact, I went to call, quick aside, I went to call an old consultant I had today. I had this chiropractor's books back in 1996. And I called today. And the phone number that he had for probably, 30 years, no longer in service. I look on the website for any events. Nothing has been listed for over 2 or 3 years. This gentleman consulted all the way to the end. See, here in Winner's Edge, things aren't the same forever. You have to jump in while things are hot and on top of their game and where the energy is exciting. It's like following a team that's winning the Super Bowl every year. You go now to the games. You participate now in those events. Now people wish they would have gone to see Michael Jordan more. It's over forever now, including myself. How is it possible I didn't go and see Michael Jordan play live? Because I thought he was going to play forever. That is stupidity. And to think, the Winner's Edge thing, Tory will be around forever. No. You got to get in now, get the information you need now, because it will profit you forever, but you got to get in now while everything is hot and on fire. Okay? Now, point number 2. Point number 1, you getting referrals for yourself. Got to be good at that. I'd love to spend some more time training and showing you the key details and tactics that are awesome, even in harsh environments. I would never go to the chiropractor. I love it when people say that, because then I get to break out the real ammo. Point number 2 for our podcast today. Where in all of your procedures does it really, really count? Remember now, we got 5 different plays. Got a new patient, got a report, you got office visits, got re-exams, got to talk to people about continuing care. Basically 5 plays. You got 5 people: work injury, car injury, Medicare. Maybe they have a little regular insurance, cash. You got 5 plays with 5 people. That's how we break it down here at Winner's Edge. It's quite genius getting things simplified like that. There's only 5 people you do 5 things with. It's not that hard to get great at it. So we've got a new patient phone call, appointment making, how we handle reminders. You got the consult, explaining chiropractic to people. You got the spinal exam. You have any x-rays, explaining why you're taking x-rays. What are the x-rays for? You address the problem. You got to be able to go over the plan. You got to have a payment arrangement that makes sense. There's about 100 numbers you have to have perfect in your office. All the codes and fees in the computer, all of your initial plan offerings and the prepays and the autopays, and all of your wellness plan offerings and the prepays and the autopays, and what all of those break down to be on a per visit basis. I am sure that we are the only place that has this down to a mathematical science. The codes and fees, then to the initial plans, then to the wellness plans, all making mathematically perfect sense. This is one of the secrets to a huge practice. Of course, your office visits, then your re-exams, re-signing patients, when you're out in the public, all the details with your website, any promotional things you're sending out, of course, any events. There's all of these little procedures and things that you're doing as a chiropractor. But when you boil it down, there are 4 moments. There are 4 moments when things really, really count. Kind of like in a race, what counts is where you're at the finish line. That's what counts. See that? The start, what happened in the middle of the race, you took 423 steps, okay? What counts is what happens in the last 10 meters. That's what counts. There's the moments in a football game that count. There's moments in a gymnastics routine that count. And here are the 4 moments that count for the chiropractor. Number 1 is your ability to talk people into coming in. That's it. Blah, 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 blah. Doesn't mean anything until you say, Bill, you really need to get that checked. Why don't you stop in really quick? We'll take a picture. I'll show you the x-ray right away, and we'll see if we can't find something that's useful for you to be aware of, okay? Because remember, now, everybody has something bugging them. So that's the lead-in. What's bugging you? That's my lead-in for everything. What's bugging you? Something's bugging everybody. What's bugging you? Oh, I had this car wreck and my neck and my shoulder never really been better. See what I'm saying? Next point is the point of getting them to start care. That moment where you have the plan, everything's done, and it's let's get started. It is time to get this taken care of. How good are you at that? Then there's the point where, as they're getting better, you square up again, and the moment where you basically tell them to send in their family and friends, co-workers and teammates and everything else. And then there's the point where we square up again, and we go through the process of getting them to continue care in a wellness program. So we have 4 points where the rubber meets the road. Getting the person to come in, getting them to start care, getting them to send other people in, getting them to stay. That's it. So all communication, all image, everything with your office, all the metaphors, the posters, your hands-on care, everything about you that lends credibility, social media following, the pictures that you have posted, okay, that show you in a positive, successful light. Remember now, if someone's got lightning bolts going down the back of their leg, they're looking for someone serious. They're not looking for some bubblegum lemonade stand chiropractor. So they're looking to see if you're smart, if you're credible, if you're capable. Do you have things that validate you and what you do in the form of testimonials? Action in the office, lots of new ones. So I wish we could spend the time right now and just talk about how do you get people out in the public to come in and see you? How do you do that yourself? You're getting a new cell phone. How do you get the lady that's going through the transfer from one phone to another? How do you get that person to become a new patient? As you have a patient in the office, the lead-in, the consult, explaining chiropractic, all that, to get them where you're shoulder to shoulder, sitting side by side, just like we teach. We have the detailed technique for everything. Where you sit, what you wear, the words you use, what your eyes are looking at, the type of pen you should be using. Everything counts at the high levels to get people to start care. Then, as people are improving, we have the opening. We square up. We call it squaring up. There's a point where you square up and say, Bill, you need to come in and get that looked at. There's a point where we square up and say, Bill, now is the time to get this worked on. Waiting will only take more time, cost more money. Jennifer, just imagine how many people you know that need to be in here. Infants, young boys and girls, people working, men, women, seniors that are struggling, people having problems that you can see, and a lot of times stuff that you can't see and that they'll never tell you about. Here's a few of my cards. Tell them to come in and see me, or get me their information and I will reach out. I'll call them, I'll email them, I'll even Zoom them, see if I can be helpful. It feels great to help other people gain the most valuable thing they have, and that's their health. So you have to square up and have a heartfelt moment when you're trying to get the person to come in. Sincerity. Heartfelt moment. Getting them to start care. Sincerity. A heartfelt moment. Getting them to understand that they can help other people and change their lives. People don't know to refer to you unless you tell them. Then a heartfelt moment to express and use our procedures, our re-sign process, our 4-step re-sign into wellness process that builds a huge practice. And during that time, of course, we square up, we are sincere, and we express the importance, even though we get them to tell us how often they want to keep coming in. It's one of our many secret weapons. So we have the 4 points where the rubber meets the road. Summary. You have to be able to get people to come in yourself. All of your marketing will work better if you can do that. We realize that there's many procedures in the office, but there's the 4 things that if you get good at these, everything else will fall into place. Talking people to coming in ties into our first topic, right? Then, of course, getting them to start care by having everything right, the care plan right, the form right, the numbers right, using our formula for how we explain it to make it easier for them to start, the correct payment arrangements. Then, of course, our procedure, our tactics to get them to refer. Then our procedure, our tactics to get them to stay under a wellness program so chiropractic can be a benefit for them for the rest of their life. So here it is. You want to learn so much. You want to pour so much chiropractic awesomeness into your mind. You need training. You can't do this hanging around your office. You got to get around a group. You got to be listening to the audios. You've got to be watching all of our videos. You got to get to the events. You got to be rubbing shoulder to shoulder with people that are collecting twice as much or 5 times as much as you. You got to be around people that you can share with. You need all of this influence, all of this success delivery system, winner's edge stuff, around you all the time to get you to naturally and automatically become more powerful, getting people to come in, getting people to start, getting people to refer, and getting them to stay under care in your office forever. Tory out.